Hi, everyone. My name is Emily Cardwell, and I'm part of the Career Services team here at Miami Regionals. One of the most exciting parts of the job search is getting an interview request, but it can also be pretty nerve-wracking. So today I want to share a few tips on how to prepare for an interview and land your dream job. First, think of the goals you have when you're approaching a job interview. You want to tell your story, showing what makes you the best fit for the position by connecting your experiences and skills to the job description. You also want to give the employer a sense of who you are in terms of your personality, communication style, and skills. But it's also important to remember that when you go into an interview, it's a two-way street. You're also trying to gather information about the company and the position so you can decide if you want to work there. Interviews are opportunities to explore what employment looks like at any given company. The best way to remember this is that you're interviewing them as much as they're interviewing you. There are two basic kinds of interviews. A screening interview takes place first and might occur over phone or video, but sometimes in person. Screening interviews are usually pretty brief and are designed for the employer to decide which candidates from their applicant pool will be seriously considered. These candidates are usually invited back for a selection interview, which can be one-on-one or with a panel. Selection interviews usually take longer and can be up to half a day or a full day. You'll be answering more questions about your experience and skills, but you may also need to give a presentation of some kind. The employer will let you know what to expect when they set up the interview. After your interview has been scheduled, you'll need to start preparing right away. Read the job description thoroughly and highlight key parts. Learn more about the career field and the company, including any recent trends. Think about what questions might be asked and come up with scenarios or talking points for each question. Prepare about 5 questions to ask the employer as well. Again, you're interviewing them as much as they're interviewing you, and it also shows your interest in the position. Since video interviews are becoming increasingly common, make sure you practice using Google Meet, Zoom, WebEx, Skype, or whatever video conferencing system is being used by the employer. Check your internet connection, microphone, and sound. Choosing the right outfit is also important. When in doubt, go with a navy, gray, or black suit with a white or light blue shirt underneath. The right interview attire can vary based on the company and career field, though, so check with us if you have questions about what to wear. Finally, if the interview is in person, make sure you know how to get there. Study Google Maps, and if it's nearby, do a test drive to see how long it will take. When the day of the interview arrives, it's important to make a good first impression. You can do this by being punctual, about 10 minutes early. Don't be too early, and definitely don't be too late. Introduce yourself to everyone you meet with your first and last name, a smile, and a handshake. Coming prepared is another way to make a great first impression. Make sure you have extra copies of your resume and references, a pen and pad folio so you can take notes, and questions for the employer written down so you don't forget any. During the interview, you'll probably be asked 2 kinds of questions. A standard question would include something like, "Tell me about yourself." This question can be overwhelming. Just remember that the employer is trying to get a general sense of who you are at this point. You don't need to start with your name, age, or other personal information. Just jump right in and tell the employer about your education, work experience, and unique skills. The employer might also ask why you want to work for them. So through your research and interview prep, you'll want to come up with a professional answer that focuses on why you're excited about the position and the company. You'll also get asked behavior-based questions, which usually start with, "Tell me about a time when." These questions are designed to give employers a sense of what you would do in a certain situation. A good way to approach these questions is by using the CAR method: context, action, results. Describe the situation, tell what you did, and provide the results. You should be as specific as possible with behavior-based questions so you can represent yourself well and stand out to the employer. When employers ask interview questions, they're looking to see if your skills match the job description. Each position has a different set of qualifications, but all employers report that they're looking for these broader skills to some degree. Critical thinking and problem solving, teamwork and collaboration, professionalism and work ethic, oral and written communication, digital technology, leadership, career management, and global and multicultural fluency. Keep these skills in mind, as employers may ask about a time you've demonstrated any one of these skills. Think of specific examples from your educational and professional career and be ready to share them using the CAR method. When asking questions of the employer, make sure you end with, "What are the next steps?" They should be able to give you a general timeline so you know what to expect. After the interview, it's important to send a thank you note to each person you interview with. So try to send your thank you notes within 24 hours. Email is a great way to do this, so make sure you have contact information for everyone. Finally, you'll want to think about how the interview went and decide if the position is a good fit for you. Take notes during and after the interview so you can reflect on what you've learned. The very best part of the job search is receiving a job offer. When you get the call, make sure you ask for the offer in writing. At this point, you'll get your salary offer. Make sure you've done your research on Glassdoor or similar sites to figure out the average pay for your position. You can make a counteroffer if it doesn't add up, and companies may or may not be willing to change their salary offer. Once you've considered the job offer, make a decision and let the employer know. It's okay to ask for a little bit of time to consider, but you should be considerate of the employer's time. If you decide that the position is right for you, make a firm commitment to joining the company and stick to it. Now that you know some job interview basics, we encourage you to learn more. You can make an appointment for a mock interview with one of our career advisors through Handshake. We'll ask you practice interview questions and give you feedback for your real interviews. You can also check out our interviewing resources on our website, miamioh.edu/regional/career services. Thanks for your time today and good luck on those interviews.